So we're live. It's Mandy here from the Bubble Hub, and I've got lovely Eve here. Just a few things just before we start. We've had a few technical errors before we come on, but we're hoping that that's not going to affect us too much. So just bear with us. So if anyone wants to make any comments in the chat, if you just want to give StreamYard the permission, and the permission should just be at the top of your screen where this is showing live. If anyone wants to just check in, say hi, that you can hear us, you can see us okay, because we're sweating here, knowing if anyone's there. Hi, Bella. So that's lovely, Bella, a friend of mine that we met through some of the courses I've been doing. She's a carer too, so nice to have you with us, Bella. So I'd like to introduce Eve. Eve has been my colleague for the last, you joined a little bit later than me, didn't you, Eve? So perhaps about 6 months, am I right in thinking? So me and Eve have been colleagues for 6 months. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with Eve. Eve is often very, very, very quiet, but really has some amazing input, you know, when she does say things. And I've just really been... I've been really enjoyed working alongside her and watching her grow and how she supports the team, and how she's just always willing to have a go. So would you like to introduce yourself, Eve?
Yeah, thank you, Mandy, and thank you for being so kind about me. That's really lovely. Yeah, I don't see myself like that, but I'm Eve, and I'm a raising awareness worker with Credu. So I do all sorts of things: social media, website, Carers Chat magazine, starting to do some fundraising kind of things. So lots of little bits that I'm working on at the moment. Yeah, it's been a great 6 months.
Yeah, so I think I've been doing something similar to you. So some of my courses I've been doing has been around how to use social media and branding. So I've learned loads on my journey, and I've really seen how Eve and the team, to be fair, have made a massive difference on the website, on Facebook, on all of the platforms. And one of my favourite bits is I really feel that how they design it now is, for a dyslexic like me, it really speaks to me. I've just seen it change over time, and I like to think I've made a difference. Some of it has been through us working together, but how they design it now, and the colours, and how they break things up, it really is really lovely to see the changes and it growing and the branding coming through. So Eve has kindly come on to sort of chat to us about a few different things, really, but mainly around the Carers magazine. So we're going to try and see if we can watch a nice little video I've done just to show a bit about the magazine. So here we go, bear with me. Hopefully the technical people will be kind to us. So I'll just find this for you. So here we go. Oh, wow. Look at that. How amazing.
So nice to see it on the Easter weekend as well, with all the Easter
all the
theme
little bunnies and everything.
Before the long weekend.
Yeah, so I think the most interesting part I found about the magazine is how it's really co-produced. We get together, don't we, with all the carers, so they've had a massive input into what goes into the magazines, and it's always really lovely to be part of the meetings. I don't know what you think. Oh, hi Josh is in the house, so we'll just say, so here we go, my magic. So Bella's already said hi Bella.
Hi Bella, hi Josh.
Oh, and Bella says she's looking forward to this, Eve.
Oh, no pressure, Bella.
Oh, and Josh, what's Josh? Hello. Hopefully you can see me. Yeah, we can see you, Josh. So before I come on, I said, Josh, make sure you get your permission off StreamYard so we can see you. Oh, and Nick has.
Hi, Nick.
So we've got Nick and Josh are just going to help us a little bit for support in the chat if we happen to miss anything. So thank you so much, guys, and hi to you all. Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. So poor old Josh, we have no internet at home. So yeah, I think he's getting on a mobile signal there somehow. So thank you guys so much for your support. Anyway, Bella, so co-producing then, tell me about that.
Yeah, it's been amazing. All the Carers Chat magazines and magazines made by carers, it's what the carers want to see, and hopefully the magazines showcase, you know, the things that matter to carers. So before every magazine, we run meetings where a group of carer champs come and share their ideas, and then we take it away and try and see how we can make it happen.
It's really nice to see that grow as well. I think you guys you do an amazing job of bringing people together. I'm sorry, I got distracted by Nick there or was it Josh putting in the chat? I get distracted. I've seen it really grow, because when I first started being part of some of the meetings, only a small, tight little group of, I don't know, perhaps, were you, maybe it might have even been before you were on board, Eve, but, you know, there was 4 or 5 of us that came, and now, wow, the last meeting, how many people were there? Was it 12 people or
yeah,
more?
because we had 2 meetings. We had one with kind of a group that was with a lot of young carers in, and there was at least maybe kind of 10 people at that one, and then another one with other carers champions, and there was another probably like 15 people in that one. So, you know, just more input, and it's been so nice to have all these different reflections and different people who have different things that they would like to see, and bringing it all together in one place. It's really exciting.
Because it isn't just that you meet up for the magazine group. That, you know, of them 12 people, there is loads of other carers that you can see in the magazine of how much input that have been from everybody else. And I know that I definitely know that Kevin's been out and about speaking to carers, finding out what matters, and going on a one-to-one basis with people as well to find out what matters to them, what they'd like to see in the magazine as well. So it isn't just that one group coming together, it's going on all the time, isn't it?
Completely, yeah. And, you know, from start to finish in the magazine, you've got carers' stories, you've got photos that carers have sent in, you've got recipes written by carers, you know, you've got so many things. It's not just, as you say, the overall look and feel of the magazine is designed by the carers, but it's also what goes into it as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we just have a little look? So we thought we'd go through with you guys, you know, step by step for the magazine, because I know myself, it does speak to me, mind. It's got lots of pictures and it's got lots of colour, but I just think it's really nice. Should we call it a little review of the magazine? It is a brilliant magazine. It really is. So what have we got on the front there, Eve?
Well, so this is our Hope edition. So we wanted a real theme of spring. A lot of carers said they wanted a really positive, uplifting edition, looking towards the spring and, you know, new beginnings and maybe the beginning of better times for us all. So there's just a little bit of text about how important carers are and why this edition is all about hope and our little
just a bit of an introduction as well, I suppose, isn't it? You know, because I see on the little green box is a little bit suppose a little bit of a summary. Special features, what's on for carers, walk in my shoes, stunning spring recipes, inspiring carers snaps, Nick's home exercises, projects supporting carers. So yeah, brilliant. I mean, it just it's a great
It's
man.
a bit of a snapshot of what they'll find inside the magazine and kind of the range of stuff we've got.
Now this one really speaks to me because I think this is so clever. It's just like a little pin board, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a pin board and it's got lots of different little notes and things. It's got a mention of kind of how you can get in touch with us. It's got a little mention to say there's an Easter egg hunt in the magazine as well, which is great for this weekend. And
so is there something on each page then to do with Easter? What's the Easter egg hunt? Is it?
So there's I think there's Easter eggs hidden throughout the magazine. And yeah, we'd love people to search for them and see if they can find them all.
So this one's quite visual as well, isn't it? I see we did have a vision of trying to put the website up for you guys, but we decided you just have to put up with us because the technical gurus wouldn't let us.
No.
But it's on there. It's got a lovely picture there of. We could do a whole other series on the website, couldn't we? The website, I've got to say, is. I love the branding that you guys have got, and it's the same colours throughout the magazine. You can pick it up.
Yeah. We've recently redone the whole website with Mogwai, who are the same designers who did the magazine, and yeah, it's still something that's really growing, and we're really excited to kind of keep building it. But yeah, it's got loads of good information on the website, how to get involved, events that are going on, important news for carers and things that Credu's getting up to. So there's loads of stuff on the website. It's really worth having a look at.
Yeah, I see. It's got a few of I say a snapshot because I got to say Credu are doing so much at the moment. Even myself struggle to keep up with some of the amazing things that they're doing. And what's great about you, Eve, is you're really hot on. You're. I noticed that. On your Facebook and your Twitter and all of the other sites, when things are put on there that you've got back to straight away, and you're really good at sharing great information that supports carers. So there's some lovely just events on this site here, isn't there? So that one's the Young Carers Awareness Gaming on Thursday, and the craft group, and the Zoom Young Carers every Tuesday. That is Among Us. I have no idea what that's like. Josh really raves about these. I pretend I know sometimes, but it sounds very interesting when I hear and see him playing on it, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah,
there's a real range of stuff going on for all young carers, like carers who are interested in craft, carers who want to do creative writing, well-being and mindful movement. There's just loads of stuff going on at the moment for everybody, really.
And I think the magazines are a great way, because not everyone can get on the internet like us, can they? It just brings up love the notice board page. Me too, Nick. I love it all, but I do. Yeah, and I totally lost where I was now. So we'll move on. Where was I, Eve?
I think, talking about the events, I think.
Yeah, there's just so much on, and such an age range as well. Credu cater for young carers, parent carers, hidden carers, and they, I'm really understanding the I'm really understanding the triple mission now. So what you might have to help me with this, Eve. The triple mission, from what I am aware, is working in the communities, one-on-one with carers, but also trying to bring all the services and everything in together to really co-produce for carers on a whole. Please correct me, anyone from Credu, if I am wrong, but I'm really trying to get to the nitty-gritty of what it is. And I just think that's amazing, that this broad range of carers can come together. And I just think Credu is brilliant, actually. And I'm really honoured that I've been able to, as a carer myself, come and see, you know, because you see these places where people work and you think, yeah, but is it really like this? But I got to say, from a parent carer to be able to see the inside and then sort of come out the other end. I know I'm still part of Credi doing other things, but I just feel even more now that I want to link with Credi. And before I move on, I shall just, Bella's just put I didn't know you had a magazine, Eve. Mandy kept talking about her work at Credi. Maybe I'll have to sneak one to you, Bella.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you think, Bella.
Yeah. I really, so what I think I was going on to say, Eve, before I got totally lost, was I think the Carers magazine is a brilliant way for, not everyone's tech savvy like us, and can do all this stuff on the internet. I mean, before I started Credi, I didn't know how to work an email properly. I didn't know how to use a calendar. I'd never been on Zoom. I just did enough on Facebook, but it's just totally opened up my world. But what I love about the Carers magazine is they go into all of the carers' homes, don't they? Anyone that's registered with Credi has a magazine sent to their home. So, you know, if they can't access some of the stuff on the internet at the moment, I think it really bridges that. Not enough, I don't think, but under the circumstances, it's really difficult to try and reach them people. So it's really nice to have the paper form to be able to send out to carers, isn't it?
Yeah, we think it's something really nice. You know, people have said it's kind of just nice to hold something in your hand and be able to read it, and it's not something that's on a screen. You know, it's actually something you can hold. And we have more copies as well. We've posted everybody, as you say, that's registered with us. They've already had one, but if people do want a copy of their own, they can get in touch, and we've got spares as well.
But there's also, I know it sort of goes off what, you know, the actual paper form, but if anyone did want it, we've got it in an ebook as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we have it online. It's on the website. It's on in a few different places, and it's also printable as well. So whatever works for you.
Yeah, but like you said, there's still a few hard copy paper ones. So if anyone wants it, we can definitely sort that out for you guys. So this page there, this is the poems. I don't know, is there one there you might like to read off there, Eve? Do you fancy
I don't know. I'm not sure I could do it justice, Mandy. I don't know about that. But I know these.
They're poems, aren't they, that people have sent in, have they? Or
that's right. Yeah, they're poems, mostly written during our activity hour. There's a creative writing activity hour every week, and these were written by some people in those sessions, and they're quite good for the season as well, like kind of winter into spring kind of feeling.
Yeah, I'm working on my so as a dyslexic often I find it really difficult to read, but I've been giving it a go and people have been kind to me, so I think there's one with simple words here. I'll give it a go. So, poem of seasons, and here it comes. Time, short days, the best days, squishing all the best things in. I hope I said that right. Perfect snowflake. Your fall is as delicate as a fall is as delicate as a sigh. Buds begin to ripen as the days begin to lengthen, and create a vast potential for a future yet to come. Shorts and buggles. Can you see that, Eve?
Bulges. Yeah,
shorts and bulges, muffin tops and goosebumps, Welshpool High Street in the summer, and that's really nice because that. I'm sorry, I don't think I've done it justice, but it really follows lovely along the seasons of the trees there, that little poem. So that's just one little snippet of the lovely poems on there. Oh, so there's another page there, and on this page, the next page, isn't there, Eve, we've got the, is that one of the sessions that went on? So
yeah, that's right. It's one of the sessions where they were written, yeah.
So is that, who is, so... Oh, there's is that the gentleman that does the writing?
Yeah, you've got Steve there, he's a published writer and he's a volunteer with Credi, and he runs the creative writing sessions. And then Dux and Jane, who are outreach workers.
Excellent, Jane. And I'm loving, I got to say, from the Carers magazine, I'm really loving that we're seeing some of the team on there as well, because they do some amazing work, and they definitely, you know, it's really nice because they, you know, they're all part of the caring community, aren't they? I think that's is that a story there, Eve? Or
yeah, that's a story written by Steve. Starts on the page with the last poems and then carries on through. It's just a really nice short story. Which he was really kind to let us put in the magazine.
Oh, so hi Debbie. So Debbie's another parent carer. So what we're going through today, Debbie, is where I work at Credu. They've got a Carers Chat magazine, and lovely Eve here is from Credu, who work with carers and young carers, and we're just doing a bit of a review of the magazine that they've co-produced with carers. So yeah, if you do get a chance to watch back, that's where we're at. We've watched a video of what the magazine looks like, and we're just chatting really about what's in the magazine and how it's been helped, and so that's what we're busy doing. Thank you so much for your question, Debbie. So this here, if you would like one, Debbie, perhaps again we can get one to you, or you could have I think, like you said, they do ebooks as well, so perhaps if it's something of interest to you, we can send that to you. But what we got here on the next page is this is a lovely, lovely story. I've met this fantastic lady myself on many occasions. I think she's written a bit of a story, hasn't she, Eve, about how she's been a carer since she was about 7 years old.
That's right. Yeah, she started the story in the last Carers Chat, the autumn one from last year, and then this is like a carry on, like her continuing to tell her story, and yeah, it's pretty inspiring stuff.
I mean, every time I hear her, she is an amazing lady. She does a lot of volunteering work up where she lives, doesn't she? I think, has she got gardens in the hospital gardens? Am I right in thinking? And they grow.
She's got a garden project in Estragon Lice, and yeah, she does loads of work in nature and with the community in Estragon Lice.
Well, she does all sorts of amazing things, and I think she's got a great way of, you know, the community want to come and be involved with her, don't they? You know, I mean, I've heard many of her stories. I mean, I could listen to her all day. She's got, you know, just her personal story of some of the challenges that she faced with her disabled daughter. I sort of feel some of her journey myself, because I feel I'm on a similar journey, not the same, but a lot of what she says resonates with me, and some of the challenges that she's faced, and obviously in a time that perhaps wasn't as inclusive as we are now, really, and some of the challenges and how she's just, I admire how she's just always trying to break down the barriers, really, and get her family the support she needs, and not just her family, her whole community. She gives so much, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does, and she does, and she's a massive supporter of Credu as well, and yeah, she does loads and loads and loads of good work.
Yeah, she's she took on quite. It's hard to keep up with what she's doing because she does so much, doesn't she?
That's true.
Yeah,
she has been a big part of the Carers Chat magazine as well.
Yeah, yeah,
amazing.
And she's always the first to sort of want to get involved with anything, isn't she? You know, even though she's really busy with a lot of the things that she did. But it's an absolutely amazing story, because I think she's been, when I listened to her, she'd been a carer from a very, very 7-year-old carer in 1948 is the title of that. I think Debbie looks, what is her name? I'd love to see that article. Maybe so we'll see if.
Yeah, she's called Mariona, and we can definitely get you a copy of the magazine. No problem.
Well, there we are. Yeah, she's just, you know, I think she could write a book, really, couldn't she? Because there's just, she's got so much experience. Right. So what we got here, Eve? I mean, it's just packed full of loads of stuff, isn't it? It's like everything from like food to stories to poems to puzzles to there's a lovely recipe I think there for a mini egg cheesecake. Do you like cheesecake, Eve?
I do love cheesecake, yeah.
You ever
I
made
do.
cheesecake? We should have a competition, shouldn't we, to make the best cheesecake out of this recipe. Yeah.
But yeah, it's the kind of thing that we hope, you know, it'd be lovely if families wanted to do it together, or, you know, carers wanted to do it.
Yeah, and what I love about credu, isn't it, is they're always trying to look of ways of really of working with the carers, not to be. I hear this word of done to, you know, when credu really work hard to listen, don't they, to what carers want, and not like, they're not my words, do to people, you know. I've heard that thrown around a bit, and I just think my time with credu, how they listen, and sometimes for carers, it's just listening, because some of it can't be solved as much as we want it to be solved, and I just think that's what credu do amazing. So what's this page then, Eve?
So this page is it's a Welsh leek soup recipe. Mariona gave us this recipe, and you have to excuse my Welsh, but I think it's called cowmangi. And
I'll take that, because I would have no idea how to say it.
That's my best guess. You have to tell me.
Someone will have to correct us.
Yeah, in the comments, tell me how bad that was.
So it looks like on these few pages, then we've got we've got quite a few different recipes. So we've got a recipe on a cheesecake, and then a soup. Oh, and then, do you like pastry, Eve?
Yes.
Nice pie.
Yeah, I love all these recipes, to be honest.
Sorry, all if you're a vegetarian. I'm sure you can make it vegetarian.
Well, this pastry is vegan, so.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so it's for everybody.
Oh, wow. And I gotta say about spring cleaning and Amy. I don't know if did you ever go to her decluttering?
I think I missed them, but I know they were amazing.
I've watched quite a few online, and it really it's sort of like a bit of a passion of mine, trying to declutter and organize and sort your stuff out. I gotta say, she did amazing. I do hope that if she gets a chance to do it again, I'm you know, it's really something that interests me. But like most people, it's just trying to fit it into your day, isn't it? But she was amazing at it. She got some really good tips, and she's really experienced in it.
She is, and she's been kind enough to put some of the tips together in here, so that, you know, we can all go back and read them in our own time. Yeah.
I think we got another cheerleader. That's not the right word for Mariona.
Mariona's fan club.
Oh, fan club. That's what I was looking for. Mariona's fan club.
Fully deserved.
Good question, Nick. Who does the recipes in the magazine?
We've got like a range of people. This magazine, I think Karen, our outreach worker Karen, and Mariona gave us these recipes.
I think I presume that lady there.
So that's Kirsty, and Kirsty tried out one of our recipes from our last magazine and sent us in some pictures of her trying it out, which was really, really, really nice to see. So massive shout out to Kirsty.
Yeah, it's lovely, and it's lovely to see, you know, when people have made them, isn't it? You know. I'm sorry, we're going to embarrass you now, Nick. Well, not going to embarrass you because you're in the magazine. So, so I think this page here is tips on sort of like some simple stretches and exercises that you can do from home, with, you know, just making sure that you check with your doctor that it's okay to do, isn't it? And these, I think last time really went down well, didn't they? I heard a lot of good feedback in work about how people really appreciated the exercises in the magazine.
Yeah, the amazing thing about the exercises is they are really good for anybody. I mean, as you said, like, it's important to make sure with your doctor it's okay to do them, but beyond that, you know, they don't need any real equipment and things like that, and you can pretty much anybody can do them.
And it's really nice to see, like, it's Nick there. We have, like, it isn't, and I don't know how you've done the pictures. Nick must have done that. Well, or you guys must have done that. But I just think it's really nice to see, like, a real person, and a real person from Credi. Yay!
yeah, Nick helped loads with the design of those pages, definitely.
And we get into the middle of it, guys. We hope we're keeping you engaged. And so this page here now, look at that, look at that coffee. It's got Credi in it. I mean, isn't that fab? I mean, I don't know if you guys. So I'm on there. Look a little bit. I sometimes wonder if people want to hear my story, you know, but you know they seem to. So, but you know, as well as that, there's some other wonderful carers on there that I've connected with myself. On some of the networking that I've done, you know, Kim and is that Owen? Owen, you know, all these people are really, it's just really nice, and that they're able to share their stories with us, isn't it? And I love the look, you know, the photo gallery.
Yeah, lots of young carers said, you know, the more pictures, the more colour, the more like faces and human beings, the better. And so, you know, we try really hard to make the pictures stand out, you know, because text is all good, isn't it? But you know, you can only read so much.
Visual speaks to me. It's so if you hadn't already guessed, I'm quite dyslexic. So doing things like this is often really difficult for me to be able to structure, because words don't always resonate with me. So very often, if I've wanted to remember something or talk about something, I use pictures. So for instance, if it's talking about a time in my life I wanted to share with everybody, I'd have a specific picture and I could speak 1,000 words on it. But for me to try and take notes is really difficult. So for me, this is just amazing. It really speaks to me, the pictures. And we've got a couple of comments. So woohoo, it's great to see those the magazine as well. Thanks, Nick. What an amazing magazine. You're doing some fantastic work there. Oh, thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie. And
Debbie's part of my Nick's got Debbie's part of my, so on the Tech Pixies group that I'm on for social media managers, she's one of the recent cohorts that's come on, and we've linked up a little bit. She's a parent carer herself, so it's just really nice connecting, you know. Really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And Nick's put a little. Yeah. So this is from Nick. Yeah, I use Canva for the pictures. Canva's great. Photo and video editing tool too, simple to use. I totally agree. So Canva is like my best friend now, because you can do so much visual stuff on there. Thank you so much for that, Nick. Oh, so should we talk about Connected Generation?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Connected Generation's been an amazing project. I've only come in at the very tail end of it, so I can't do it justice, but it's been an amazing project that's run for 3 years, collaboration with other organisations in Powys. And it's mainly supported carers over 50. And it's just created a huge amount of learning. And yesterday there was a big event where they shared a lot of that learning. And that was a pretty inspiring event, I think.
Oh, I went, and it was the videos and the heartwarming stories, because I think it was a 3-year project, wasn't it? But from what they were telling me, it was I can't remember exactly how long, but it was quite a long time in the making to get the collaboration between the different charities to be able to make this work. But I think there's been a lot of learning and a lot of amazing stuff come out of it, and the stories that shared and the carers that come and share their stories. It was a really lovely event to just, you know, it was like a celebration of all of the great work that they've done collaboratively together and how they'd supported different carers on their journeys. You can't share all of the amazing stories, but there was really some inspiring stories there. So I suppose this is, what do you know about the Creative Respite Project then, Eve?
There's a question from Debbie, actually, to answer about the connected generation.
Okay, thanks for that, Eve.
Before we go round again.
What's it about, the connected generation? Is that what you mean, Debbie? Yeah.
In a nutshell, if the Connected Generation project supports carers over 50, it's finished now. It came to an end yesterday, but it's created a huge amount of learning and empowered carers over 50 in Powys.
Yeah, it's a collaboration between so 5 different charities, isn't it? I think. So credu is one of them. Age Cumbria is one of them.
Royal Voluntary Service.
Yeah.
Accessibility Powys.
Yeah.
And is that everybody?
Yeah, I think there's one more.
Oh, Citizens Advice Powys as well.
That's it. And they I heard this lovely story about how they co-worked together to support a carer who was struggling with making sure that they got the right finances in place and the support that they need. And what I loved here, and I think what was most poignant for me, is one of them said, well, I'm not an expert, and what they learned is you don't have to be an expert to help. Nobody wants an expert, but what they did amazingly is they collaborated together and supported each other to get this person the support that they needed. And that made my heart sing, because, so often you feel as a carer pass from one place to another place to another place, and sometimes you just want somebody to help you. And so that really made my heart sing, how they really supported this person. They told them they weren't the expert, but they still supported them anyway. And I just and that's all carers want sometimes. They don't want experts. They just want a little bit of support and a bit of honesty, really. Debbie's got, so what sort of support were they giving?
So it talks about it a little bit in the article. I might read a little bit of it too.
Yeah, that'd be lovely if you're.
Their words are better than ours, and if I it says in the article, over the last 3 years, hundreds of older people across Powys have been enabled to enjoy a greater sense of well-being. Thanks to the funding, older carers accessing support from credu have been given the time and space to think through and resolve challenges, and been able to pull in direct and seamless support from the other partners. More carers than ever supporting other carers, and some are even getting trained in special support techniques. There's a lot of collaborative communication training that was given during the project.
I think, did they do this befriending as well? If I'm right in thinking, in the meeting, they did a befriending service where they linked people up so that through COVID that they could have phone calls to support each other. And that was amazing to hear, especially like when you're dealing with people with dementia. There were some really creative ways, for the reason, like I think one lady shared that what they did is they went with a newspaper, so as there was an excuse why they were there, so as it was a real more comfortable thing, rather than just turning up and explaining who they are, because obviously with dementia some people can sort of you forget, they forget. So I just thought that was a really interesting way of breaking down them barriers and having a safe reason why you're coming to see that person, because you're bringing their newspaper. And then the story starts again, and I just thought, what an amazing, simple idea. Yeah. So I hope that helps, Debbie. I wonder if there's, is there anything on the website, Eve, if we drop a link in for the website that tells anybody about the connected generation?
I'm not too sure. I think this article does give a lot of the basis, and there's going to be more stuff coming out. It's not so much out yet. Yeah, it's more of a watch this space, really, because it's kind of now the learning's all coming together.
Because I know there's going to be some videos and things on it, isn't it? And there's definitely, I think they definitely want to share the learning. So I definitely think watch this space for that, because they're definitely working on it. So thank you, Debbie. I hope that's all right for you. It's not mine and Eve's sort of like, we know about it, but it isn't our speciality as such. So we hope we've done it justice for them and you. So the Respite, Creative Respite Project, Eve. What are your words on that? What do you know?
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, it's an amazing project run by Marie, who I think's come on here and talked more about it before. It provides breaks for carers in any way that they feel they need a break. It can be whatever kind of matters to them, which I think is kind of key. And in the magazine, the article just talks a bit more about kind of some of the support that they've managed to provide, some of the examples for some people in their stories, and how the project going forward is going to kind of try and continue to shape respite for carers. And respite's not just like a stay in, like in the traditional sense. It's much broader to whatever a carer might want.
So often what I hear carers saying is they're trying to fit me in a box I don't fit in, or there's support out there, but it's not really the support we need, but we take it anyway because there's nothing else. So what the support looks like. So traditional, I'll call it traditional. I'm sorry if that is not the correct word, but the traditional sense of what people see respite is where you and you're cared for, perhaps go somewhere and you have that break. But what we're hearing is carers, that's not what they want. Often they want to keep their cared for with them, but want little breaks in other ways. One carer just said to me, all I want is someone to look after my cared for, so I can have a bath in peace. And I think sometimes parents sometimes don't ask for a lot. It's often little things that they want. I remember one of the things that I struggled with was what they wanted to support me with was like overnight care with Polly, and that's fine. But what I really needed, and because of all her medical needs, it's really difficult to train someone up to look after her. But what I really needed is someone to help us do the cooking, the cleaning, and the washing. And it's like, oh no, we can't. That's it's so structured for them, but I do see the movement of change. So this creative respite, I could go on about it all day. It means so much to me that Credu have had the opportunity to be able to do respite in a different way. And I've heard the most amazing stories. And for me, I've been really lucky to have some of the creative respite support. It's just the belief that someone can sometimes, it's not always about the money, it's just how sometimes it just helps you, and it just gives you that tingling feeling inside and helps you want to go on, and then wants you to help others. It's just been, and my job, my job is my respite. So I feel very sad that in a way my job's sort of come to an end, but I've got a new one. But it was feeling quite sad because it's like, how am I going to get my respite if I haven't got my job? Because it takes me out of myself a little bit, and I love it that I can help other people. So I was really lucky to be part of the very first meetings. I think it was about 2017, and Maurice just sort of says, well, you're like a stick of rock, you've been in it from the beginning, So I just remember the first meeting and standing up and saying some of the issues were, and how we just wanted normal things, and I just wanted my daughter to be part of the community, and talking about respite. Sometimes before you even think about having a break, it's like, well, I want things that help me get through the day, and a break isn't always as helpful as what some little bits of help nuggets throughout the day. Anyway, I could go on and on and on, but I just really think it's an amazing project. I think that it's going to be going on for another 12 months with Credu, and I've just seen some really lovely things happening with it, and how I think it's not just about the respite itself, it's about how Credu links with social services, other charities, to really truly support carers in the best way how. and I just think it's wonderful. And there's a lovely spread on there as well of some of the stories and how it's supported families. You know, we heard a story, I've heard it a few times, I don't know about yourself, Eve, about how one of the carers had their bike had broken, and I think they've been supported with the bike. And yeah, you say, well, why give them a bike? But what the bike give that carer was respite and another way to get out the house and to have time for themselves. And it was such an inspiring story, and just made you really think of different ways to do things, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think this page might be, is this in your area, Raising Awareness Project, Eve?
Yeah, this is the project that I work on with Kevin, and it's all about raising awareness of carers, and doing that in loads of different ways and new ways, and finding ways to work alongside carers. Both the Respite and Raising Awareness projects have been completely co-produced, so carers have been involved, like yourself, Mandy, like right from the start of the project to like kind of say how they should go, and Raising Awareness has also been extended to another year. So yeah, it's been doing a lot of good things.
I think again, I was in some of the meetings perhaps where some of these ideas come from. So if you're at home and you're thinking, nobody listens to me, I'm a carer, I want to make change, who's going to listen to me, what does my voice matter? I thought that, and I just started turning up to these meetings because I was just a bit like, well, you know, I've got to give it a go, you know, and I didn't think as much as happened that would have happened just by being part of it. And what I just feel that the Raising Awareness, I remember going to that meeting. Some of the words that I say, I feel that I can see the support that's now being offered. And I mean, it can't always be mine, because at the end of the day, there's lots of other carers out there as well. But as a whole, it's created together. So maybe perhaps I was listened to. But maybe that one wasn't taken forward because perhaps there was other things as a group that would have been better taken forward. But that, you know, but so I remember being part of some of the Raising Awareness, the beginning part of it, because I remember carers just saying, yeah, but we just want people to understand. We want to educate people. We want people to know. We also want people to know what credu do, because I just really feel that you say credu and people are like, yeah, but what do they do? What's it about? So they're so important. And what I see Kevin doing, I don't know, were you part of it from before COVID? Or were you with us?
No, I joined the team during COVID.
So COVID, before COVID, poor Kevin and Marie and the whole team, we'd all got this idea of what we were going to do before COVID. We were going to have these meetings, we were going to set up events in person, we were going to have like these get-togethers, gatherings, seeing people face to face. And I got to work my credu, because literally the day we went into lockdown, they were busy looking online, researching, finding the best platforms, the best support, how to support carers. So these projects have literally been flipped upside down. So all of the things they planned to do had to stop. And they were put on hold to start off with. But, you know, I've seen the Respite project totally change the direction because of COVID. And I suppose that's probably a bit before you come, wasn't it, Eve? But the Raising Awareness, so part of what you're doing with the Raising Awareness, isn't it, is across all the platforms and the online stuff, isn't it? Is there anything else that you think you'd like to bring up that the Raising Awareness is doing at the moment? Perhaps I don't know about it.
No, it's kind of both online and offline. That's really the key. So on the online side, you know, we share information for carers on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and on the website, and on YouTube as well. So there's like lots of different platforms for different people, wherever they prefer to kind of find their information. So things like that. And then offline, you've got things like, obviously less of it recently, but for example, we've been connecting up with the vaccination centres and getting information to them that they can pass to people, and things like that, printing off flyers that people can take, and kind of trying to reach as many people as possible.
Yeah, and it's trying to reach some people that can't connect online, isn't it? Because I suppose at one point online it was all in person to person. So as we come, I think Bella's going. It's lovely to see you, Bella. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Bella.
So moving forward, they talk about this blended approach, don't they? Because I think we've seen so much benefit online, but it's also going back to doing some of the things that we used to do before and connecting in as many ways as possible.
Yeah, I think for some people online is the best way, for some people offline is the best way, and it's just about making sure that none of those people get left out and everyone's got kind of an equal opportunity to access what we've got on offer and find what they need.
So Debbie had made a little bit of comment a little while back. It's so lovely to see. Thank you for giving an overview of your services. Very interested. Not come across anything in our area doing anything like you. Wow. Thanks, Debbie.
I hope in the future that like there's credis all over Wales and all over the UK. That would be
yeah, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it? You know, I just I think it's quite unique what credi do as well. And on this lovely page here, another little spread of all of the lovely photographs of, I think it's the outreach workers getting out and about credi, out and about in the community. I think there was a spell when we were able to get out and about. You can see they're wearing their masks there, and just some of the projects and how they're raising awareness. Because the pop-up and rock-up, wasn't it, Eve?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on around kind of Carers' Rights Day in November of last year. And so there was like these posters, flyers being pushed through doors, and these rock-up and pop-up events where we only managed a couple before like the restrictions changed again. But it's pretty much an idea that we go to a local community and we pop up there and with our information and with like some cups of coffee and stuff, and just have a chat with people and let them know that we're there, and you know, they can come and get involved if they want to.
I think we're going to be doing that again, aren't we? Well, I'm quite looking forward to doing it. I've had my jab, so I'm extremely lucky. But I got quite scared at the thought of getting out and about before we went back then into lockdown. And I know that's probably how a lot of carers perhaps feel. So when more people have the jabs, hopefully that they'll feel like they can a bit more. But we'll definitely be thinking of ways that people can still come together, perhaps have a cup of tea, but really keep it social distance. So it's always coming first, isn't it? So.
Of course, yeah, it's all outdoors, the rock-up and pop-ups, you know, and it's all socially distanced, and it's whatever you're comfortable with. You know, if you want to come and just have a chat or whatever, then it's completely up to you.
So Nick's just asking us what are the credi usernames on each of the platforms?
Oh, we should pop them in the chat, Mandy. I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah. Maybe we can. If we don't do it now, we can pop it. Do you want me to do it now? What are the usernames, Eve?
Put me on the spot here. So it's at Credi Carers on.
See if I can spell it now. I could put the link.
Yeah. So it's at Credi Carers on Facebook and Twitter, and it's at Credi Connecting Carers on Instagram.
I wonder if Nick, if you wouldn't mind trying to put the links for the different platforms in the chat for us, if that would be okay, if you have time. Don't worry if you can't, I'll drop it in afterwards. So here you go, Debbie's chatting to us again. We do have carer services, but I don't think they have a magazine. How great is our magazine, Debbie? She's got our local support services, and then she's got a link in there. I think it's really great to know what's out there and network, and to know what is out there for carers, because I don't think carers can ever have enough support. So Thank you for sharing.
It's about, all working together, isn't it, and getting in the best situation for everybody overall. It's not about always working together. It's key.
Okay, we've got this now then, Eve.
Yeah, so this is it's a double spread all around LGBTQ plus carers. either people who are LGBTQ plus and they're caring for somebody, or a carer caring for someone who is LGBTQ plus.
What is LGBTQ plus?
So that is people who with different sexualities. So
right, okay, yeah,
gay, bisexual, transgender, and so on.
Lovely, that's brilliant.
Yeah. So it's been something that's come out as a key. What's the word? Kind of a key theme that really matters to people at the moment. And so there's been a lot of kind of carers connecting up around the LGBTQ plus community. So this page kind of brings together some of the work that those people have been doing, and just kind of raises awareness of the community, and just kind of, Credu is here to support anybody, however you identify and whoever you are and whatever you're interested in and all those kind of things. And this is just one theme that's come out as something that really matters to people at the moment.
Sorry, just put Nick, bless you, Nick. I just put we'll put it in the chat soon because Debbie's keen to look us up at Credu. So Nick's busy now trying to drop some links in for us. I think Credu have got Facebook, haven't they? Twitter.
Yeah,
they've
Facebook,
got YouTube,
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and our website is the main.
And also, has Credu got sites on Twitch and things like that? But that's not our expertise.
we have presence on Twitch, but we don't have a Credu Twitch. But we work together with people in the local community and use their Twitches instead.
Oh, no, this is a great page. Debbie, I think she said she's found us on Instagram.
Brilliant.
Look at that volunteering page. Now, Blue, I don't think we've got much of what. Oh, yeah, we have. Blue has been with us. She hasn't been with us very long, has she? She's been part of the volunteers team.
Yeah. She's come on and run a project about kind of getting creative, really, and just giving people opportunities to come along and spend some time with her, get creative, either one-to-one or in a group. And we've managed to get some of their amazing work into the magazine and kind of showcase what they've been up to. And it's, what some people have, it's been really, really important for some people.
Yeah.
I mean, this artwork is just stunning. Yeah,
and everyone can be creative. I've been to some of her creative sessions, and they're just she talks about the different artists, how to paint, just to all sorts of ways of drawing and painting, and even just putting pen to paper with how you feel and talking you through different techniques. And I see she's put on her bit of a blurb here. So, hi, my name is Blue. I have been running 2 group sessions and many one-to-one sessions since December last year as Credu artists in residence. Does that say? Yeah, it's just, and she's so creative, and she's got a lovely, warm, welcoming feel. And you don't have to be an artist, she tells us, because we've all got, if you can put pen to paper. It's really great, because I've been doing junk journals and I just think everything that she's doing there just really it's really creative and lovely, and it gives you that mindfulness time, you time to think.
Yeah.
So messages for carers.
We've got a couple more comments as well.
Yeah, I think Nick's put the link in for Instagram, and Deb is having trouble because it gives a Japanese so that's nice to know.
You want credu.cymru, Debbie, rather than credu.com.
There we go. Okay. Kev's dropped in to see us. Go Mandy and Eve. Kev's always Kev's doing some fab work. So Kevin was who you were saying. So he's part of Credu as well, isn't he? He's who you're working with the create an awareness project. I was going to say respite project, because that's normally what it is, but create an awareness project, isn't it? And it's been a fabulous project. He's done an amazing job of listening to colleagues and carers, and you know, getting in specialist support for different things. It's just, and I've been loving working with, like all of you, but I've been loving and watching and seeing Kevin grow. So thanks for joining us, Kevin. Creativity. So Debbie here again. Creativity is so important for helping carers de-stress. Doodling skills are fantastic. Yeah, totally agree, Debbie. Totally agree. I think Nick has put in the Twitter link. Thank you, Nick. It's really helpful to have your support today. We really appreciate it. Our sidekick in the chat box. So we're getting to the end of our lovely magazine, Eve.
Nearly there.
Yeah, so
this is a message from Dylan Owen, who is part of Paris County Council.
Yeah.
And he's written a message to, he wants to kind of reach out to carers and say that the council really recognises the work that they're doing. And so he's written a message and just talked about, you know, the importance of carers.
He was in the meeting yesterday, and he was so humbling to listen to, because he really identifies that, you know, carers do an amazing job, and a lot of it's unpaid, and how thankful he was. It was really humbling listening to him, you know.
Yeah, we're really grateful that he, you know, takes the time to put something into the magazine and reach out like that.
So, Cancer Hope for Carers.
Yes, this is an article about a new project that's running in Paris, specifically around kind of carers who are in the cancer journey, in some sense.
Yeah, because it's a tough one, isn't it? Well, they're all tough. It's tough being a carer, but you know, it's often a little bit of a different path, isn't it, for carers, this one? And you know, it's tough, but it's really, I see from what I know of this, is it's sort of linking and bringing things together a little bit more, because sometimes, you know, it's just a little bit of a different journey as a carer, isn't it, really?
Yeah, so they can offer really, really specific support, and you know, they've got that kind of specialist knowledge to really support you. And it's
sometimes when you go in through something like that, you know, it's nice to have the specific support, isn't it? You know, because it is a tough subject, cancer, and to have that specialist support there, I just think is definitely, it's nice to hear that they are being supported, definitely. So, wildlife, climate, and us.
Yeah, and so this is another project that's going on in the local kind of area. This is specifically in Radnorshire, but they are doing other projects in Montgomeryshire and other kind of areas in Wales as well. And they're kind of working with young people, especially in Wales, to like learn about the climate and climate change and how they can help their environment in their local area, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sounds like they'll be putting projects on to do with like outdoors, you know, perhaps recycling, getting to do things in the forest, you know, and sounds like from some of the information I've had around it, like you said, it's working with bringing young people, I think it says 9 to 24-year-olds across Wales, to help them sort of you know, tackle some of the climate change in their own communities. And the lady that's part of this, you know, is really quite energetic and quite inspiring with some of ideally, I think she wants it to be led by the young people really. But some of the ideas she had is great of perhaps how to just do things locally in your garden, in your local community, in your area, whatever level you want to take it really. So I found that really interesting. And
yeah, she does, doesn't she? She goes, you can take it all the way up to, a real like making your voice heard on a really high level if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and working on perhaps some of the small changes that you can do to help climate change. So I know I've got a disabled child and I have loads of recycling, but before COVID hit, I was really trying to be conscious about the amount of plastics I had. So I tried to go shopping and take enough with me so I could buy the individual stuff so I could create less waste really. That had to stop in COVID, but I definitely, and I think, I think they're the sorts of things that on any level that they want people to get involved in, isn't it, if they want to, young people. Oh, so I think because Kevin sort of just replying back to Nick, hi Nick, the recipes are wonderful and submitted by carers and outreach team. Yeah, great. Thanks for that, Kevin. And we're I think this is the last page. So what have we got on the last page then, Eve?
Yeah, so this is an advert. It's not really an advert, but kind of talking about the support that that Pavo can offer alongside credu, and especially just general anything kind of in your community that you need support with. Pavo are kind of your go-to. They kind of do everything really, and then we've been linking up a lot with them and helping each other to reach more people.
Yeah, Pavo cover quite a lot of stuff. So it could be even like if you were setting up a business or you anything local really. They got local ones, or they got different areas for different things. If you wanted to set up a charity, if you wanted to know the best places to get different things from around some of them areas, they cover quite a lot.
Yeah, they do.
Even if you just wanted to know local links in your area, Oh, now we're getting to the fun part now, look, Eve. This is when having it in person is great, isn't it?
Yeah, there's just loads of stuff in this bit, loads of different things that people have sent in and kind of included, and it's all just in one place to, like if you want to send it in, you will be featured kind of thing. And there's all sorts there. And Sudoku, you wanted to do a little puzzle, and yeah, just some other things people have created. And on the we'll go on to the page in a minute. Yeah, there's a comic from David, there's a music suggestions from Lola, and there's another comic strip from Malachi. So it's really nice to have the carers taking part.
So I think on this page was that the last meeting we were at, and you've jazzed it all up.
Those are our two big meetings where everybody kind of told us how to take the magazine, and yeah, that's a really proud page because that really shows everybody that carers, that's the part that carers played. And just underneath, as you're showing, is a beautiful memory from Jean about her mum and the support that her mum got, which is just lovely for her to share that with us.
Oh, because I think it's really important the carers sharing the stories, because without what they share, we couldn't support them, could we really? And without that, it's massively important that the support and the stories that carers give us and the time that they give, it helps credu be better and mold into what the carers want and need really. So I just really value the time that carers put in to come and get involved, and I just think the magazine is just a really nice way of shining the light on that. So thank you everybody who has had input on it. Thank you, Kevin, for making it so amazing. But if anyone wanted to get involved with the magazines, Eve, what would they have to do, or credu even? So let's say they wanted to get involved with the magazine. What would they have to do?
So if they wanted to get involved, best thing is to get in touch with me or Kevin. I can put our emails in the chat afterwards, or Kevin can if he's still here. Yeah, I mean, we'll be doing more meetings soon. The next one will probably go out in the summertime. So, you know, there'll be meetings around then you can get involved in. There's an open offer to submit things that you'd like to put in the magazine as well. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely.
So one thing we've missed out, one big thing that we missed out, what do you think that is, Eve?
Well, maybe I'm not thinking the same thing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Tell us all about this, and I'll try not to interrupt.
No, not at all. So we're trying to be hopeful about the summer and see that, you know, maybe slightly bigger things might be able to go ahead again. And so we're planning at the moment, depending on how things go, to have a big weekend for credu at the end of July in Powys. Carers will be invited. There's going to be activities. There's going to be food. It's going to be a chance. It's going to be a chance for them to have respite and a break. But it will also be an event for the whole family to come to and take part and have a nice time. They'll get to stay overnight as well if they want to. So it should be a really nice, fun vibe later on in the summer, and we're looking for people to help us make it happen as well. So, you know, if you do want to get involved at the planning stage that we're at the moment, then get in touch, and you know, we can. You know, we'd love to have your input in whatever way you want to.
I just think it's really exciting, and I think we were thinking of doing something like this on different for the year that's just gone. And I think what excited me the most, well, we've all got something to give as carers, and I think we forget that. And I remember before I started my job not thinking I got anything to give. Who would want me to do anything, because my time is taken up for my cared for. But the more I got involved with some of these things, the more I just realised that actually we've all got something to give. And if someone would spend 10 minutes looking after my daughter, perhaps I could go and help somebody else do some craft or play or shared things. And I just loved that vibe of we've all got something to give. Come and, you know, share your skills, or even just come and turn up and enjoy the day, enjoy the day, you know, whatever it is, because it's all important. That's what it's for. It's for carers. You know, we want to support you in whatever you want to do. You know, there's no pressure, but I just love the idea that I just could help other people and do other things.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really exciting, and we're going to be putting stuff all over social media, the website. It is already up on the website in a couple of places, but we're going to keep adding to it. It's only at the very early stages now, but we're doing everything we can to make it as big and exciting as we possibly can.
Kev's put loads on here. I don't think it'll all come up on the screen. Oh, well done,
but we're not here anymore.
We don't need to be seen. Yeah, thanks for doing that, Kev. I think what have you got on there? So you've got Eve's email and Kev's email, and yeah, that's really great. Thank you, Kevin. That's really kind of you. So yeah, so although we had some techie issues earlier on, Eve, we've made it to the end and we've managed to stay on. We've had a good chat. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
I can't think of anything. Just you know, thank you for everybody that's supported us with the magazine, with everything that we've done in awareness raising and in credu. And like, please do get in touch and check us out all over online and offline if you want to be involved and if you want to know more.
I've truly enjoyed this with you today, Eve. Thank you so much for coming on. Maybe we've been kind enough to you that you might want to come on again sometime.
We'll see.
But thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it. I think we've the Carers Chat magazine is amazing. And I've just really enjoyed going through this with you. And thank you guys in the chat for being so chatty to us today and getting involved and asking us some lovely, great questions. And we'll see you all again soon. So we'll hopefully drop a few more bits of information in the chat for you guys. I think between Nick and Kevin. There's a few links for Facebook, Twitter, and the website, and some emails in there. So thank you so much. And that's bye from me. We'll speak to you all soon.
Bye, everybody.